They called him wild. They called him reckless. But when arrogant giants stepped in the ring with Deontay Wilder, they learned the hard way that talk means nothing when thunder's in your hands. One punch, one scream, and suddenly everything goes dark. They called him sloppy. They called him emotional. But when they pushed him too far, he turned arrogance into art with every knockout. This is the story of those who mocked the Bronze Bomber, who mistook his fury for weakness and paid for it with their life. This is what happens when arrogance meets Deontay Wilder. You're in the knockout realm. Let's step into the ring. If you respect power, hit that like button. If you love chaos, subscribe, because what you're about to see is pure, unfiltered destruction.
WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Before he was feared, he was doubted. Before he was crowned, they called him wild, untrained, a fluke with a right hand. But that right hand was forged in hellfire. Deontay Wilder isn't just a boxer. He's a natural disaster in gloves. A man who carries the kind of power scientists can't measure. A 97% knockout ratio. Every punch a lightning strike. They call him the Bronze Bomber. But when he's angry, he's something else entirely. He doesn't chase points. He hunts souls. Every fight is a sermon in violence. Every punch, a warning from the gods of boxing saying, do not provoke this man.
Deontay hits so hard, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
He hits so different than everybody else.
Definitely.
Because when Deontay Wilder is disrespected, something inside him snaps, and the calm-looking Alabama boy turns into a vengeful force of nature.
Like, it's so crazy, because when I describe it, like, I be having moments, like it's so crazy. Like, when people, it's crazy because when I'm in the Bronze Bomber, like, I don't really care.
The first fool to feel Wilder's wrath twice was Bermane Stiverne, the only man to ever survive the Bronze Bomber for 12 rounds. And though Wilder won their first fight, Stiverne's pride didn't just talk, it screamed. He called Wilder's power overrated. He promised redemption. He swore this time he'd end the hype. And Wilder, he promised something far worse in return. When the bell rang, the arrogance vanished. Stiverne didn't walk into a ring. He walked into a hurricane. Wilder exploded from the corner like a man possessed, every punch thrown with bad intentions. The first right hand sent shock through the crowd. The second sent Stiverne to the ropes. He tried to rise, but Wilder wasn't finished. 1, 2, 3, like a machine designed for destruction. And with the final blow, the once proud champion slumped lifeless, eyes blank, limbs frozen. It was over in less than 3 minutes. The revenge was complete. The message was loud. You don't survive Deontay Wilder twice, but vengeance has a memory, and the next man on the list didn't learn from the last. Some fights start with bad blood. This one started with hatred. 2 years before their showdown, Dominic Breazeale had insulted Wilder's family in a hotel lobby, a line you never cross. From that moment, Wilder swore the man would pay.
It's gonna be a massacre. I've always talked about wanting something on my record, wanting a body on my record, and you know, in boxing, you get that opportunity to do what you gotta do and get paid for it. That's what I love about it.
At the final press conference, Breazeale doubled down, saying he was gonna retire the champion. Wilder just smiled, the kind of smile that means someone's already dead. When the bell rang, the ring didn't even feel like an arena anymore. It felt like a trap. Breazeale tried to trade early. Brave? Maybe. But Wilder doesn't do debates. He does demolitions. One clean punch, that's all it took. The right hand detonated like a bomb, sending Breazeale flat on his back, his eyes rolling as the referee began the count. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. That's all Wilder needed to turn an insult into an obituary. And when it was over, the Bronze Bomber stood over his fallen rival, shouting his truth to the world. One face, one name, one champion. Deontay Wilder. The grudge was settled. Brazil learned a big lesson that night. Never turn a family feud into a fistfight with a man who carries vengeance in his right hand. Then came a dancer, a man who mistook grace for safety and paid the price when the music stopped. He came to the ring smiling, dancing, waving to the crowd like a man who already wrote his victory speech. Artur Szpilka, the flashy southpaw from Poland, called himself the hero who would humble the hype. But Wilder wasn't in the mood for speeches. He said only one thing before the bell.
But facing a guy as my status, it's not going to be easy. This is going to be a hard fight for him. But it's going to be a fun fight.
And that prophecy came true. In the early rounds, Szpilka looked sharp, darting in and out, landing quick shots, making Wilder miss. The crowd loved it. They thought maybe, just maybe, the underdog could pull it off. But then came the 9th round, and Destiny showed up wearing black and gold gloves. One feint, one step, then boom! The punch hit like a lightning strike. Szpilka fell limp, eyes frozen, his body flat before it even hit the canvas. Silence swept through the arena as medics rushed in. Wilder didn't celebrate. He simply looked down at the fallen man, emotionless. Because this wasn't just a victory, it was an execution. That night, Artur Szpilka learned that there's no dancing out of the Bronze Bomber's range. When Wilder connects, the lights don't just go out, the soul leaves the body. But some fights don't happen under bright lights. Some are born out of hate and end in silence and disgrace. Some men earn their punishment inside the ring, others beg for it online. Charlie Zelenoff, the self-proclaimed undefeated boxing champion of the world, a delusional internet troll who spent years insulting real fighters, uploading fake victories, and calling out Deontay Wilder by name.
Deontay Wilder, a professional actor. Hey, listen, clown. Talking shit, huh? Do you remember how you ducked me in 2012 when I beat Derek the Giant? Derek the Giant would knock you out, you son of a bitch. Let me ask you something. If you're such a good fighter, why did you stage that fake match with Malik Scott, you piece of shit?
At first, Wilder ignored him, but then Zelenoff crossed the line, sending racist messages and even mocking Wilder's daughter, who was born with spina bifida. That's when the Bronze Bomber stopped talking and started driving. He showed up at a Los Angeles gym where Zelenoff trained. No cameras, no crowd, just fury. Wilder pummeled him across the floor like a rag doll, his punches echoing through the gym. Zelenoff panicked, tried to escape, falling, scrambling, swinging wildly. The troll who mocked a world champion ended up begging for mercy, shouting, "I'm done," after running his mouth. Wilder could have finished him, but he didn't. He turned away, saying only, "The next time I come back, it ain't gonna be good for you." No title, no payday, no lights. Just a lesson carved into Zelenoff's pride. If you disrespect Deontay Wilder long enough, he'll teach you that words have consequences. And this one, learn the hard way. Next time, you avoid saying nonsense on the internet. Before Wilder became a world champion, there was one veteran who believed experience could tame chaos. He was wrong. Before he was a household name, he was still a mystery, a knockout machine no one had survived. And then came oddly A-Force, Harrison, Olympic gold medalist, 41 years old, full of pride, full of promises. Harrison believed experience could overcome power. He said he'd seen every style, every punch, that Wilder's chaos would crumble under his composure.
It's going to allow me to get back to show that I've got back to that place where it's just about, it ain't about the money, it ain't about the glory. This is just really about my abilities against your abilities. May the best man win.
But when the first bell rang, composure was nowhere to be found. Wilder stepped forward, calm, cold, and hungry. One jab to test the distance. Then came the storm. A right hand landed flush on the chin, and everything Harrison knew about boxing vanished. He stumbled back, eyes wide, trapped in a corner as Wilder unleashed a barrage.
Big shot. Well, when he got the opportunity, he almost swung himself on his feet.
70 seconds. That's all it took. The veteran's dream of a comeback died right there, buried under the Bronze Bomber's fists. Harrison never fought again. He called Wilder's punch the hardest shot I've ever felt. It didn't just end a fight, it ended a career. Another man learned what the world already suspected. Deontay Wilder doesn't knock you out to win. He knocks you out to remind you who you should have respected. 5 men, 5 punishments, delivered by the hand of the Bronze Bomber. They called him reckless. They called him emotional. They laughed at his technique, mocked his fury, until they were staring up at the lights, trying to remember what year it was. From Bermains to Verne, who promised revenge and found only darkness, to Dominic Breazeale, who turned a family feud into a funeral bell, to Artur Szpilka, who danced too long, to Charlie Zelenoff, who learned the internet can't save you when the fists are real, and finally Audley Harrison, the veteran who gambled his legacy and lost it all in 70 seconds. Each one made the same mistake. They mistook Wilder's anger for weakness, his wildness for chaos. But chaos is his weapon. So remember, you can doubt his form, you can question his style, but once you disrespect him, the Bronze Bomber will make sure you never forget his name. 5 arrogant giants, each one a lesson in power. Now you've seen when Deontay Wilder destroyed them, one by one. That's another soul claimed in the knockout realm. Make sure you're subscribed, because the next execution is coming soon.